Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor. In this video, I'll be going over the Qubic Network, which is a layer 1 proof of useful work cryptocurrency that actually utilizes the energy put forth from the proof of work to train artificial intelligence models. There's a lot going on with this project, and there's been a ton of updates over the past few weeks. So I want to make this video to go over all the updates about Qubic, as well as my general thoughts at this point about the project and how well I think it can do this bull market cycle. Let's get into the video. So Qubic is currently ranked 237 in the overall crypto market cap with a $216.5 million market cap. Now the current price, I denominate Qubic by billions of units. All right, so currently 1 billion Qubic units is worth $1,998, basically $2,000 per billion right now for Qubic. Denominating it in billions is the most practical way to go about this. Now, the total supply of Qubic is 100 trillion. However, there is some major news. There is going to be a proposal that I believe is going to go live on the 8th of August in about 6 days' time. So there is a proposal to reduce the supply, not 100 trillion, 1,000 trillion. Right, they're going to reduce 1,000 trillion total Qubic units all the way down to 200 trillion. This is an 80% reduction in the fully diluted valuation. All right, this is major. So as Tommy Does Crypto here, he says in this post, he says long-term scarcity has increased and emissions now will be adjusted over time too. He says this is super bullish. I do agree with him, and this was much needed, as it means there will be less selling pressure over time by the miners, like a Bitcoin halving reduction. All right, so an 80% supply cut. It does need to be voted on by the Quorum network of computers, but this is in works right now. Now, this is only one of a few updates about Qubic, right? A lot has been happening about this project. The team, everybody involved, the community has been very, very vocal on X or Twitter recently. Now, also, you can check out the Qubic Network Explorer to also see the market cap. It was recently updated on CoinGecko that you can see the accurate market cap, but you can also see that on the direct Qubic Network Explorer. I'll leave the link to this in the video description down below if you want to go ahead and check it out, explore it on your own. Now, in regards to some fundamentals about Qubic. Now, this is an experiment. It's an early stage startup, right? They're building something that is yet to be proven, but if it does actually succeed, it has the potential to be one of the biggest projects that the crypto market has ever seen. And let me explain what I mean by that. So Qubic, the first ever useful proof of work layer 1 blockchain. All right, I recommend you guys go check out their website and watch the videos. They have a lot of really informational short videos explaining this complex project in easy to digest bites of content. All right, so first of all, it's open source, which is very, very important. Feeless transactions and offline payment verification. All right, that's pretty unique if you ask me, feeless transactions. Qubic is one of the few layer 1s which does not charge for making value transfers. Finality ensures that votes from 451 computers, the quorum, are reliable for offline payment verification. Also, I spoke about in the intro how Qubic utilizes the energy from the useful proof of work to train AI models. Aigarth aims to provide true AI open source to everyone. Also, Qubic as a layer 1 has unique smart contracts, and also they have a burning mechanism with the smart contracts. So with burn mechanism and launched via an IPO with possibility of passive income, if you do hold the shares of the smart contract, it's a bit complex. I won't cover it in this video. Useful proof of work, Quorum as well, which is Qubic's protocol for the true finality, fastest smart contracts, and decentralization. Again, 451 computers do make up that quorum, and as well as oracles. Now, Qubic, for the longest time, it was only listed on the SafeTrade exchange. It was a major complaint for a lot of people that it was only listed on SafeTrade. People said they don't trust SafeTrade, all that stuff. A lot of excuses. But nonetheless, Qubic is now listed on 12 exchanges, as you can see here, and some big ones as well from MEXC, BitGet, Gate.io, and then XT.com is fairly big and pretty legit if you ask me. So yeah, Qubic now listed on a lot more exchanges than it used to be, which is a very good thing. MEXC, BitGet, and Gate.io being the most easily accessible by retail, which is a huge step in the right direction. When it comes to the volume of Qubic, where it's being traded most, I'll show you, and we can see that Qubic is currently being traded the most on Gate.io as well as Bit2Me, which is an exchange that really haven't heard of too much, but nonetheless, as you can see, $2.2 million of volume over the past 24 hours for these exchanges. Qubic is also generating decent volume on MEXC as well as XT.com. All right, so anyways, let's get into what Aigarth is real quick. Just a little kind of overview. This is not going to be a full scientific paper video, and I'm not going to pretend like I know every single detail about Aigarth, because I don't. However, I know the basics of it. I know the gist of it. All right, so anyways, and also they have a very easy to understand website that makes it very easy to get the gist of it. So Aigarth is the AI running on top of Qubic that gets its information from hundreds of thousands of Qubic miners, which are creating billions of artificial neural networks, or ANN. All right, and that is the biggest thing. And also the useful proof of work transforms computational power into AI training, which is major. And also it's true AI, right? Aigarth aims to be true AI for everyone. Anyways, CFB is the founder. A lot of people don't like him. To each their own. Everybody has their own opinion. I think CFB is a very smart, established, clearly hardworking person who, you know, likes to make some jokes here and there on his Twitter account. And there's some people that just simply are too uptight to take the joke, in my opinion. So they just don't understand him. They don't like him. But anyways, come from beyond Sergey Ivancheglo. He also created IOTA and NXT. NXT did about 113,000x in terms of crypto gains from its ICO price to its all-time high. And then IOTA did about a 13,000x in 2017 from its ICO price to its all-time high in that cycle. All right, so this guy has made literally the two biggest winners in crypto history, and he has been working on Qubic for the past 10 years or so. All right, so I like CFB. I think that obviously there's risk involved with any crypto project, and obviously you shouldn't buy something based solely off of the founder alone. But that's definitely one part of the fundamental checklist that I look at, right? Who's behind the project? Who is the team? And I think CFB being the guy who is actually behind Qubic is a very good thing for the project. And also he created the first DAG protocol, which is very big in the world of cryptocurrency. So anyways, these are the Qubic wallets. You can go ahead and check them out. But the general overview on Qubic, I'm sure a lot of you guys already knew all that information. If not, well, you learned something new this video. Now let's get into some updates for Qubic, because they've been spinning them out like hotcakes recently, just update after update after improvement, really addressing all the concerns anybody in the community may have had. They're very, very vocal, and I think they're doing a great job, right? As a team to move the way they're moving right now, they're doing everything right. So now moving on, we already talked about the new emissions. Now on September 4th, they're gonna have their smart contract proposal. September 11th, we'll have another smart contract IPO. And then on the 18th of September is gonna be the first emission reduction, all right? So good things coming there. In terms of the AI part of Qubic, which is what most people have the most questions about and also the most doubt, Qubic has addressed that, and they've addressed that in a very, very good way. So they went ahead and they signed this guy, David Vivancos. And anyways, David is a scientist, AI executive advisor, author, and deep learning lead at Mining Big Data. And he joined the newly formed scientific advisory committee at Qubic as a scientific advisor. David specializes in AGI research. What is AGI? It's artificial general intelligence. Anyways, he signed a contract to produce a research paper on Qubic and Aigarth. This paper will be a cornerstone for Qubic as they present it at international conferences and submit it for peer review as well. All right, so a lot of critiques about Qubic is that there is no published white paper. There is an unofficial white paper currently, but they're basically bringing on some really big AI researchers, and they are getting all of their papers in check. And like I said, it's a bit of an experiment. It's an early stage startup where they started working before they had all the pieces together. Right? A lot of cryptos nowadays will write their white paper, launch, and then, you know, go raise a bunch of money, do all this kinds of other stuff. Qubic built first, and now they're writing their white paper. So a bit of a different approach, and that's fine, right? There's 1,000 ways to skin the cat. That's not all. They have David here, and they also brought on another gentleman called Dr. Sanchez. Here we go, Dr. Sanchez here. This announcement was made yesterday. Dr. Sanchez Garcia joins Qubic's Scientific Advisory Committee. They are excited to welcome Dr. Sanchez Garcia as the newest scientific advisor, joining the other guy, David, that I just showed you on Qubic's Scientific Advisory Committee. So who's this guy? He's a renowned neuroscientist and biotechnologist with 20 published papers in high-impact journals, and he's going to bring invaluable expertise to the AI research and development. All right, so they brought on basically two heavy hitters in the AI industry. I'm not going to act like I knew who these people were before Qubic brought them on, but still, they're clearly pretty established people in their fields of research. They've done a lot academically, and why would they go ahead and join Qubic's artificial or scientific advisory committee if they didn't see something here, if they didn't see something worthwhile to be a part of? Why would they even waste their time, right? These people, they're not young guys, right? These are people that have been doing this stuff, for the past few decades. Why would they transition, or why would they start working with Qubic on the scientific advisory committee if they didn't see something, right? That's what I say to myself. That's the question I ask to myself. Clearly, they see something worthwhile here, at least in my opinion. Time will tell, of course, and how will we know the result? I mean, the best way is going to be the price, of course, right? The price of Qubic. So we'll get into that in just a moment. But definitely, guys, do your own research on what Qubic is. I'm not going to scratch everything in this video, but the main things are the scientific advisory committee, bringing on some big guys, reducing the supply, and just general improvements, right? Constantly new exchange listings, constant communication from the team. A lot of good stuff. Now, before we get into the chart, I will address the FUD about Qubic. Now, we can see this tweet here from Come From Beyond. So he says 9 hours ago, all the FUD comes from Caspa maxis. Caspa is a cryptocurrency, number 22 right now. Really rose from the ranks in the bear market to where it is now. I hold both Caspa and Qubic. Anyways, the only people that I see really digging into Qubic constantly are Caspa maximalists. People that only believe in Caspa and only hold Caspa, and they do whatever they can to attack Qubic. They have a lot of things to say, and it's really just kind of mostly baseless opinions from what I can see, right? One guy who's a Caspa maxi hating on Qubic today, I saw he wrote that artificial intelligence and blockchain is like water and oil, they don't mix. I think AI and blockchain are two peas in a pod. I think they go together perfectly. And I think that, being that both of these things are basically computer networks, when AI is fully up and running, right, the blockchain is going to be their playground. It's where they're going to spend a lot of their time. So yeah, I couldn't disagree more with a lot of the Caspa maximalists that constantly FUD. And Come From Beyond, he says here, hey, Caspa community, if you like Indian movies where twins meet each other after 30 years of separation, then pump Cas a little bit. I think he's basically trying to say that. I'm not really sure what he means by this, but it's obviously a sarcastic joke. I do know that Polygon Matic is from Indian founders, so maybe there's a joke about that. But as you can see, there's people just either love it or hate it. You either love it or hate it. You either can take the joke or you can't. It's really up to you guys to make your own decisions when it comes to, if you think CFB is a good creator, if you think that he's funny, if you think that he should stop posting. I'm just going to let him do what he wants to do. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to observe. I think it's perfectly fine. Anyways, that's the FUD, right? It really only comes from one camp of people that have a lot of baseless claims. Will they turn out to be correct? Of course, there's always a possibility. Any coin can go to zero, anything in the crypto market. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's admit that. Crypto is the most risky asset class in history. You get the most gains, the most possible risk, and also the most possible reward. All right? Those two go hand in hand. So we'll see who wins in the end, right? We'll see who does win, and it's going to come down to the price. All right, that's going to determine whether Qubic is going to be a winner or a loser. Now, when it comes to the price of Qubic, 2,000 per billion. This is the Gate chart. It launched on Gate the 9th of May. Now, I use the Safe Trade chart because Safe Trade is where I first bought Qubic all the way back here in the first week of November at around 600 per billion. This is when I first started talking about it here on YouTube. Right, it went around 20x from 600 per billion up to around 12,000.5 per 13k per billion. It's all the way back now down to 2k per billion. All right, huge retracement, 85% plus or so. Yeah, around 86% from high to low, 87%. It's not like the general market has been doing anything either. And on all these pumps, on this pump and this pump, these all happened at the time when the general market broke out as well. All right, and the general market is not broken out. So Qubic is not necessarily a laggard right now. It's really just seeing a bit more of a sell-off than some other AI coins, but still kind of in the same realm of 60 to 80%. Now, we'll see on Qubic, right? Because it already breached this level at 2,000 per billion. It's wicked down several times. This is a very critical area on the chart. It could drop further from here, but we really want to see if you're holding it, right? If you've been holding it, whether you bought it down here, you bought it up here, right? You want to see it hold this level at around 2,000 per billion, right? It can chop around here. Most likely will go through some kind of reaccumulation phase down here. And then ideally, when we see Bitcoin go make new all-time highs and we see the altcoin market follow, we see Qubic also start to follow suit. There's basically no way to cut around this chart right now. 2,000 per billion, most important level on the chart. It's there right now. It's breached through it. Already had a market structure break, but every time that it seems to want to drop lower, we get a big pump back up, and it basically just continues to hold the level, right? This time had a nice pump. Now we're seeing another pump. I mean, these are lower highs, have not made a lower low yet. Ideally, this turns out to be a higher low, and we don't breach this level down here at 1,500 per billion. I mean, at this point, we'll see what happens. And yeah, I'm still bullish on Qubic, which is why I'm sure most people are watching this video to hear my thoughts about it. I'm still bullish on it. Very, very high risk project, and I'm here to see it through until the end. And I think that's kind of the only approach to take at this point. So if you can't stomach that, then maybe this isn't the project for you to hold. Look into something else, something a little less risky. There are many options of coins in the market, but Qubic is extremely high risk, extremely high reward. And if things do work out, I can see a 50 to 100x from these prices on the table for Qubic. Hope you enjoyed this video. So in this video, we covered the Qubic network. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you let me know by smashing the like button down below. And if you're brand new to Crypto Empire and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead right now, smash that subscribe button down below and turn on all bell notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Also, drop a comment if you're holding Qubic, if you're bullish on it. Also, let me know if you hate this project and you think it's a total scam. I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, my name's Connor from Crypto Empire. I'll see you in the next one.